shadows on the mountain, old names carved in the bone. Storms turn black with the omen, shadows circling the throne. Blades drawn in the twilight, ash clung cold to their clothes. Every heartbeat a battle as the first gate closed. They heard the cracks in the sky, felt every fracture inside. One step from falling apart, still they answered the cry. Heroes of the zodiac stones, 12 bright crowns, 12 unbroken oaths. When the world caught flame, they stood, they stayed, drove the demons screaming home. Heroes of the zodiac stones, in our blood, velvet steps on marbled floor, hands still stained from running wars, carried in on a breathless prayer. Hide me here, they'll never dare. Incense curling crimson glass, shadow crow in a gilded mask. He said, child, lay down your crown. Walls are safer than this broken town. Cardinal, Cardinal, keeper of my bones, build me a chapel out of iron and stone. Thought you were holy, but your halo burns all for the glimmer of the zodiac stones. For the zodiac stones. Lock the gates with a quiet smile, temporary, just stay a while. But the guards wore rosaries of steel, and the key sang on his sleeve of seals. He traced stars on the dungeon wall, named each sin like a roll call. Aries, tremor, Leo, flame, 12 bright curses in a circle of names. Cardinal, Cardinal, keeper of my bones, build me a chapel out of iron and stone. Thought you were holy, but your halo burns all for the glimmer of the zodiac stones. For the zodiac stones. In the torchlight, your skin peeled red, feathers fell, wings bloomed instead. You said, princess, you're not my guest, you're the last map beating in a borrowed chest. So take my crown, take every throne, take the bloodline, take the oath. But when you reach for the stars I own, may they cut you open. Cut you open. Cardinal, Cardinal, thief of blood and thrones, kneeling to ashes, praying into gold. You'll choke on the power that you tried to own, drowning forever in the zodiac stones. Oh, zodiac stones.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well today, and welcome. We have made it to Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. Woohoo! And it has been crazy weather, cold, hot, cold. It can't make up its mind. So last week it was relatively warm. This week it is now cold, and my understanding next week we're supposed to be getting back to 60s and 70s. And I guess spring is approaching. I believe it's supposed to be next month sometime. So I guess we'll see what kind of spring we have this year. All right, so there's a few things I want to talk about. So I first started streaming a long time ago, 2017, and we started on YouTube, and I was completely new to it. I had watched some people stream on YouTube. I wasn't as familiar with Twitch at first, and so the channel slowly developed to what it is now. But as time went on, and I discovered Twitch and whatnot, it was thought, what platform should I use? And at the time, multi-streaming wasn't quite as big as it is now. I think Twitch still had its policies in place, no multi-streaming if you were monetized. If you were not monetized, then you are welcome to do so, basically. And so, looking at the requirements for each platform as far as monetization, because that's kind of everybody's goal who streams, is to get to a point where they can be monetized and get some kind of financial compensation for their time, because it does take up a lot of time. Some people more than others. I don't really have any more time free to do this other than the little bit of time I do already. But at the time, YouTube's requirement was you had to have over 1,000 followers or subscribers, and then of course average view times and all that as well. And then that was it, and that's how you became a partner with YouTube. There was no in between. Twitch, their requirements were not quite as much. I think what was it, 50 followers and average view of 3.5, and you could be affiliate, which would give you monetization, emotes, and all that funny stuff. And then of course, after you get affiliate, then you strive to become partner, which has even higher requirements, and I guess greater benefits. And over time, things have changed. So YouTube now has an in-between. I don't know if it has a specific name or not. So now it's, 500 subscribers to get monetized. So it's sort of like an affiliate program. Give me just a second. Wife's sending me a message. And so, everybody strives to be monetized, but, what are the pros and cons? If you're monetized, then you have a little bit stricter rules you have to follow. And then the platform gets a percentage. Okay? And so, what are the benefits for the streamer? What are the benefits for the viewers? So the benefit of being monetized is it gives you a chance to subscribe, or membership, whatever terminology you want to use for your platform. You can subscribe monthly to your streamer of your choice. And I'm not as familiar with YouTube's. I'm assuming it's kind of similar to Twitch's, but you have different tiers, and usually most people just do tier 1, which is like $5. Of course, I know Twitch takes a percentage, so by the time the streamer gets the money, it's like $2-3. And then there's ad revenue, okay, which is like a few cents per view, I guess, a penny a view. So if you subscribe, then you don't have to watch ads. That's probably the main benefit of being a subscriber, is you don't have to be bombarded with those awful, boring, crappy ads. Back in the day, we'd watch TV, commercial come on. That's the time to go, use the restroom or go get a snack, drink, whatever. nobody really watched advertisements back in the day. And then, with the internet, of course, like YouTube, you can skip some ads. All right, so what's the other benefit besides ad-free viewing? Emotes, okay? So you can have your own custom emotes made. Most streamers make it something related to their channel and whatnot. And so you have custom emotes people can put up on the screen and I guess have a good time with it. I personally, as a viewer myself, and keep in mind, I'm in my 40s, emotes really mean nothing to me. I don't really consider it a great benefit, in my opinion. Sure, it's kind of neat, but do I need it? What is it doing for me? For me, the ad-free viewing is a great benefit. I can continue watching the stream and not miss anything. Some streamers, when they have an ad, they pause the game. They sort of pause the stream and they wait for the ad to finish and everybody to come back. But by doing that, you're taking away the whole point of the benefit of ad-free viewing for subscribers. That's the only downside with that. It's nice, but why are people paying you $3 a month for a subscription if you take that benefit away from them? It makes them really no different than the regular viewers, other than the fact that they're giving you $5 or $3 technically for some rinky-dink emotes. It's kind of my thought. And like I said, stricter rules. Okay? One other con of, I guess, YouTube that I've had in the past, and I'm sure many of you have as well, if you stream or upload or whatnot, is the whole copyright stuff. Their policies and their setup is far worse than Twitch's. I haven't had nearly as much problem with Twitch as I had with YouTube as far as copyright goes. Like, everything is copyright. So the way they do it is, for the most part, you won't get in any trouble on YouTube as long as you're not monetized. If you try to monetize your video, then you can get in trouble. They can give you a strike, they can mute your content, whatever. Twitch, if they do flag for copyright, they usually just mute that section. And then I guess, there's a chance of having strikes and getting in trouble as well. Probably more so for the higher you get up, either affiliate or partner, probably can get in more trouble. This is my issue that I have with YouTube specifically, because I've had more issues with copyright. Is one, there's a bunch of people claiming they have rights to music, and they don't. And the way YouTube does it is, if somebody says that that song belongs to them, they have the right. And you want to dispute it. Okay, because like for me, I've had it before where they said that was their song, and they listed the name of the song, and that wasn't even the song. It was completely incorrect name, and sometimes the name they give you is a song that doesn't even exist because they're lying. And so you go through the dispute process, which is basically you trying to reason with the person who's saying it's theirs. There's no middleman. YouTube does. They're completely detached from the disputes, in my experience. So you're basically telling the person, no, that's not your song. This is what that song is, blah, blah, blah. And then he or she has to decide, okay, you're right. It's not my song. I'll let you use it. Or they can say, I don't care if it's my song or not. I'm going to say it's my song, and you can't use it. And as long as you keep that video up because of the copyright, and you don't mute it or whatever their options are, that person is going to collect your monetization. They're going to be making money off of your video because their song is in your video. And that's why you get these people who lie and say they own the rights to that music, because they're trying to steal your monetization. They're stealing your money. And YouTube just kind of allows it to happen from what I'm from what I'm seeing and experiencing. Okay, I feel that they need to step in. They need to be a middleman. They need to look at the just like in a court. Okay, when you go to court, it's not you. It's not the defendant versus the suspect. You have a judge. You have a jury, and there's middlemen, people in the middle making decisions. That's how that's dealt with. Could you imagine going to a courtroom and it's just you and the other person arguing, and that's it? And then they have the final say? I mean, that doesn't make any sense at all. They need to change the way they do things. So you're like, okay, well, you know what? Just to avoid that problem altogether, I just won't play any music in my game. You know, when I'm playing a game live, whatever I'm doing, I just won't play any music. And there are some streamers that do that. They don't play any music. Okay? And that will help it to an extent. But there's one problem that I've run into throughout the years, specifically with YouTube, is they copyright they flag you for the music in the game. You're playing the game. Okay, we're playing Final Fantasy Tactics. Okay? And I've had at least 2 or 3 copyright flags for Final Fantasy Tactics. Not for the music that I play, but for the music that's programmed into the game. Okay? Particularly the most recent is the background music when we were talking to the Cardinal on at least 2 occasions. That was copyrighted. So therefore, I cannot monetize that video because I don't own the rights to the in-game music. And so my options are to mute it, to exchange the song with one of YouTube's songs, delete the video, or just not monetize the video. Now, I don't have monetization anyways with YouTube. I haven't met the requirements. But we're in the discussion here. It would sound kind of awful if you muted the game. It would become a silent game, right? Just for that few minutes. It would sound even weirder to try to exchange that song with a YouTube song. I've never actually tried this because it didn't make sense to me. It just makes more sense just not to be monetized or to take the video down. Which, because I'm not monetized anyways, I'll just keep the video up. So that comes to this kind of thought process. I am monetized on Twitch, and I will probably continue to do that. I probably will never be monetized on YouTube because of that issue. Until they redo their whole copyright policies and whatnot and way of doing things, it would make no sense for me to be monetized on YouTube. Because I could be playing Final Fantasy Tactics and have several days, no copyright infringement whatsoever. And then one day I get copyright infringement because of the Cardinals song. But all the other songs didn't even notice those songs. Even though those songs are copyrighted, technically speaking. This is the problem when you allow AI and algorithms control. They might flag this person. They might not flag that person. You could have 100 people all uploaded a video with the same music, the same exact copyrighted song, and not all of them will be flagged for copyright infringement. So some people will get away with it, some won't, because you're trusting AI to do that job, and you can't trust AI 100%. AI screws up, right? And so, I hope at some point that, they discover that this is an issue and that they fix it. Because, in my opinion, and maybe y'all share the same opinion, if it's okay for me to stream the game live or even just upload videos of me playing the game, and it's not considered copyright infringement for me playing the game, then the music and the sounds in the game shouldn't be copyrighted either. I shouldn't have that issue. The audio should come with the game. But it seems like they've separated the audio and the video when it comes to streaming and uploading games. So you are, I guess, protected under their license to have the video of the game, but you're not protected by their license for the audio of the game, which makes no sense whatsoever. You can't have one without the other. Okay? So I think they need to get their stuff together and be like, hey, if you game companies, or whatever the companies are going to allow us to have our creators, our streamers, play these games on our platform without any legal issues, then the audio comes with it. And the platforms need to put the foot down and make it happen. Okay? Because the truth is, streamers, content creators, videos, live footage of people playing games does increase the sales of the games. Okay? Because, I mean, it used to be, when we were growing up, I'm interested in that game. Okay? You didn't have a lot of internet way back in the day. So what'd you do? If they offered a demo, you played the demo. If they offered it. Most of the time they didn't. So you either played the demo, or you went and you rented the game before you bought it to see if you would like it. Because who wants to pay money for a game and then decide they don't like it? Okay? But fast forward today, you don't have to do that. You can still download demos if you want to actually try it yourself. I've done that. But for the most part, you can go over to Twitch, YouTube, look it up, watch somebody else play it. And then see the game for yourself. Listen to, how much he's enjoying it. Maybe the viewers' comments, how they're enjoying it. Any kind of issues he or she's running into, struggles, whatever. And then you can make a determination on your own. It gives you a chance to kind of see a sample before you try it yourself and invest $60 to $70 in a game. So I think, they need to put their foot down and say, hey, this is what we need to happen. If you don't like it, well, then tough. It's kind of the way I see it. Of course, from what I hear from Twitch, well, I haven't heard from Twitch, but what about Twitch? Twitch is owned by Amazon, right? Or parts of Amazon or whatever. That's why if you have Amazon Prime, you also have Twitch Prime. Amazon and Mr. Jeff Bezos, they're contemplating the future of gaming. Okay? So, they've released a few games. Some are decent. I've talked about New World, for example. I think that was like their first big MMO. And I thought it was decent. I enjoyed it. I know it was hard on some people's computers. I actually managed to be able to play it on this computer at the time on lower settings without really too much problem, unless I was in a town that was full of a lot of players and then there was a lot of lagging. But out in the world and whatnot, it wasn't really that big an issue. And then, they updated it and whatnot, and it got to a point where I couldn't play it no more. But they finally released it on PlayStation, and I was considering on getting it on PlayStation so that I could play it without any issues. Because that seems to be kind of where I'm at with this old, ancient computer, is if I can't play the game on the computer, I'll get it on PlayStation. Then I can play the game with no problem. But then I discovered that they were canning New World, that they fired the developers, and it was going to end sometime this year. I'm like, well, there's no point in investing money to get it on PlayStation if I'm not going to very, very well be able to play it much longer. So what did they decide to invest their money on instead of continuing with New World? Well, from what I hear, it was some AI-generated game about Snoop Dogg in court, is what I heard. A game that retarded. Really? I'd be like, who came up with that idea? Even if you're going to use AI to create a game, surely you can come up with a better idea than that. In which, I recently heard that there's a discussion that Jeff Bezos is having about future of gaming being to where you can no longer buy games, you can no longer buy gaming PCs. You're going to have to rent your games from the cloud and play them on the cloud. So you will never own them. You will only rent them. And, you know, I looked at that and I'm like, well, I ain't gonna do that. You know, need be, I'll just go back to my old school stuff and play my old school stuff. You know, I still have my Super Nintendo. I still have PlayStation 1 and 2. You'll own nothing and like it. Yes, that's pretty much where we're heading. Okay? So a lot of people are like that. That'll never happen. Okay. So this is what's happening. Your gaming PC, cha-ching, price is going up. You want to upgrade your computer like what I need to do? Well, the parts, cha-ching, prices are going up. Okay? You got a few $1,000s that you could just throw out? Would you spend a few $1,000s on a gaming computer? Or would you buy groceries? Pay your car payment and insurance, light bill. Because if you don't pay your light bill, there's no point in playing the game, right? Because you're not going to have the power. Spinning rust, price going up. So that's how they're going to get it to happen. Is they're going to increase prices of everything, and this is going to go beyond gaming. Okay, this is going to go with everything. All right, they're going to increase the prices so it's expensive, so you can't own it. And then they're going to say, well, you know what? You can rent it. You can pay a payment plan, and we'll charge you $50 a month. Instead of you paying $3,000, it's cheaper. But when you add the interest rates and over time, you're going to be paying them a bloody fortune. Okay? It's the same thing. That's kind of the issue that you have with renting a home, apartment, whatever. One of the reasons why we ended up buying a home. When I first got married, and we moved in together in a 2-bedroom, 2-story townhouse. And the apartment complex was made like in the 70s, I think, or something like that. There was a move-in special. So we got the apartment for like $500. You know, and we had decent credit, so we had a good deposit that we had to pay. It was about $500. And we lived there for several years. When we left, I think it was like $650 a month or something along those lines, because they had to honor the move-in special, which they weren't offering anymore at that point. They were probably happy when we moved out because then they can bump the rent up on the unit. But part of the reason why we moved was my thought was, okay, even with $600 a month, and it was going up $20, $25 every year. Right? You times that by a certain number of years, and eventually you've paid enough to own the property. You know, if you're renting a $200,000 house, a small $200,000 house, you live in that house, and let's say you're paying we'll say $1,000 a month. That's, relatively cheap nowadays. So let's say you're paying $1,000 a month, and you times that by however many years, eventually you might have paid $250,000, $300,000 on a house that's only worth $200,000. That's the problem you have when it comes to renting and credit and all that. You could end up paying more than it's worth. They like it. They're not going to tell you otherwise because they just made all that profit. So that's the whole problem with this whole monthly thing. Yes, it's cheaper presently, but not long term. And that's what they kind of want. They want you to be stuck where you're constantly paying them. Their profits are going up. You won't own anything. Probably won't even own the food that you're putting in your mouth. You're borrowing it. Like to see them come back and get that, right? They removed the consumer side of the equation and only sell to other corporations now. Yes. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday. So I don't know where y'all are from, but in North Carolina, we're having an issue with our power company. Duke Energy They're basically the only power company in North Carolina, so it's a monopoly. And I guess a couple of years ago, I think it was 2022, is what they're saying. They overcharged the people and didn't say nothing about it. And I guess it was recently discovered. And they also recently mentioned that they made like $5 billion in profit or whatever. And they plan on making even more next year. So the courts deemed what they did was illegal. They should not have done it. But are they going to have to pay a refund? No. The people will not get their money back. As far as I'm aware, they're not even paying a fine. Nobody has talked about any kind of punishment whatsoever for them doing something illegal. So sort of like our president, they're getting away with breaking the law. And that's kind of a common thing in this current time period is the law only abides to certain people. They abide to you and me. They don't abide to the 1%. They can do whatever they want. Why? Because they own the law. When you make the law, you don't have to follow it. This country. I can't speak about other countries. I'm only half tuned in. Wednesdays is my group gaming day. Hey, I hope you enjoy your group gaming day. So, the other thing that's been talked about is the tariffs. Okay? Unfortunately, not everybody understands how tariffs work. So I'm going to try to simplify it and make it short, sweet, to the point, and get to my point of why I'm talking about it. So the president's big idea to try to get the country to make some money and get out of debt, I guess, and to also supposedly lower price of things was what he was kind of hinting at here. He was going to make corporations pay tariffs. So basically how that works is sort of, I guess it's sort of like a tax. You're going to have to pay this tariff for your products to come into this country and then get sold in the stores. So what happens is, if it's a tariff on another country, well, the other country is going to take that amount of money and add it to their prices. So then whatever company over here buys it is going to have to basically pay the tariff. Okay? It's basically what they're doing. Sort of like how we pay sales tax. Okay? The business, the store is not paying the sales tax. We are. Okay? So the companies over here pay the tariff. Well, obviously, they're going to recoup their money, right? So then what do? They raise the prices. So then we're technically paying the tariffs. Okay? So now that the president, he can't get his numbers straight. Maybe he had troubles with math back in the day or something. There's video footage of him saying that recently that we made billions of dollars from the tariff. And then there's older video footage of him claiming that we made over $18 trillion from the tariffs. Which number is correct? Or are they both lies? Okay? So the corporations are wanting to sue him for the tariffs. He doesn't know what a number is. I don't think he does. So they're wanting to sue and get that money back, I guess. Or maybe they're wanting like a tax return thing. They want money back from the tariffs. But this is the thing. The corporation didn't technically pay for those tariffs. We did. And we're not getting any money back. Even the $2,000 he promised us. We're not even getting that. We're getting nothing. Okay? So the corporation, once again, is making money off of our money. We got used again. See how dirty this mess is? You know, what do you do? How do you create change when elections aren't working? We've had elections. We've voted. It's not working. Okay? Because everybody's pretty much bought by these corporations. They're going to do what the corporations want. So what do? You protest? You stand out there and hold a sign and yell and blow whistles and whatnot, and then you get arrested for protesting without a permit, trespassing. Definitely don't want to protest by blocking traffic. You get run over. That's a dumb thing. Not to mention is it's kind of counterproductive. If you're going to protest, I do believe you shouldn't be blocking traffic. For one, not all the drivers are the reason why you're protesting. So you're punishing innocent people by doing that. So stay out of the road, stay safe. I don't think you should have a permit. I don't recall the Constitution saying you have the right to protest if you have a permit. I guess you shouldn't trespass, but if you're standing on a public street, sidewalk, well, side of the public street, preferably a sidewalk, which is why we should have sidewalks, which the community I live in, they don't believe in walking on sidewalks. They walk down the middle of the road. I'm like, when I grew up, we didn't have sidewalks. We had to walk on the street, and then the car came, you got off the street. Otherwise, you're going to get run over. Here, some of these people are kind of uppity. You have a nice sidewalk that you could be walking on, and most people just walk down the middle of the road and expect people to just drive slow and wait for them. I don't think elections and protests are going to fix anything. They haven't. In how many years? They haven't done nothing. You know, and the issue is, okay, but don't buy any more flat screen TVs. Okay, fine. Most of them are a piece of junk anyways. $300-400 for a TV, and it might not even last you a year. All right, we don't have TV. Okay, but what do you do when it comes to things that you can't live without? Needs. Your house, electricity to power the house, food that you need to eat. Have to have a car in order to have a job. So you got to buy the overpriced car where the used prices are now $20,000-30,000 for a piece of crap car. So then you double that for new cars. Okay, then you're paying what? A $400 car payment, $200-300 car insurance on top of that. And then how many hundreds of dollars you put in your gas tank every month. Okay? You have to have that. Because if you don't have that, it's not a want. It's not a luxury. You have to have a car in order to have a job. And so you're like, well, you could take the bus, you could walk to work. Yes, and some people do that. But there's also some bosses that say, you want to work here, you have to have a driver's license. You have to be able to drive. That way I can have you come into work whenever I want you to work. Okay, so some places won't even hire you unless you have a car. So you pretty much have to have a car. And it's kind of at the point now where we have changed it to where we have to have cell phones and internet. Okay? You go to school. You got to have internet at home so you can do your research paper. Not everybody has the luxury of getting up and going to the library and hoping that there's a computer free and that their internet is working. So they kind of want you to have internet at your home. Okay? Your job, and maybe you do virtual classes, you're going to need that internet to have your virtual meeting and classes. It goes beyond watching Netflix, you know, then cell phones, okay? They want you to be flexible when they hire you. They want you to have a cell phone. If they found out you didn't have a cell phone, they probably wouldn't hire you because they want to be able to call you at any time of the day to have you come into work, even on your day off. Okay? They don't really care for landlines anymore. You see, I remember back in the day growing up, cell phones were not a thing. They definitely did not look like this. They looked like bricks, okay? Big, huge things, and most people didn't even have them. We're talking about 80s and 90s. We started getting more later in the 90s, but cell phones were not that big a deal. All right, so your boss had to call your home phone, your landline, if he needed to get a hold of you for whatever reason. And so then you had two choices. You could answer, or you could not answer. And if you chose not to answer, or for whatever reason you just didn't answer, your boss has to go with two assumptions. Either they're home and they just don't want to answer the phone, or they're not home. They have no way of knowing whether you were home or not. So if you come into work the next day and he's like, well, why didn't you answer your phone? Oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't at home. I had a family emergency. Okay, and that's where it is. The boss can't say, well, what kind of family emergency? He can't legally ask you that. He can't legally dispute why you didn't answer your phone. But now with cell phones, they're with you everywhere you go. Mobile. Okay? So not only do you have access to the internet, YouTube, Twitch, videos, music, games, whatever, at any time, call anybody, text anybody at any time, you are now also monitored all the time. If it's not by the corporations that are secretly monitoring what you're doing and listening to the things you're saying so that they can pop up an advertisement on Facebook in the next half hour or so, your boss can now get a hold of you anywhere you go. And they won't hire you unless you got a cell phone. And so, part of it is you must be flexible. And so you don't answer your phone, he's going to say, well, why didn't you answer your phone? You can't say, well, I wasn't home. Because you have your phone. So you have less of an excuse and less privacy. And so then you could say, well, I didn't really want to talk to you. I didn't want to go into work today, so I didn't answer the phone. And then he's going to say, well, we needed you to be flexible, so, you got a point, or we're just going to let you go and hire somebody else. I miss the old days in that sense, where you didn't need a cell phone. Yes, I like having the music and all that stuff on it too. If you're, like I go pick up my daughter, I'm sitting in line at the school. I got nothing to do, so I can play some rinky-dink crappy cell phone game that's really not worth a darn to begin with. Sure, I could do that. But I also miss the times of being able to live life without having a phone attached to you at all times. I miss analog TVs that, for the most part, didn't break. You could have that TV for years compared to a flat screen TV. Appliances in your home that some people to this day still have, and it's still working fine. But you buy the new one and it breaks and costs you a fortune to fix. So, we're in an interesting time when it comes to money and who controls everything. People are easily controlled when it comes to money. So, you don't have to buy a TV, but you do have to buy groceries. You do have certain things you've got to pay for, and that's how they control you. Is by those prices. What are you going to do? Going to argue with them? Nope. No more electricity. Going to be evicted. Cars repossessed. Going to starve to death. Elections and protests aren't working. They're only going to get you so far. Protests don't work unless people are willing to listen. Don't even try a petition. I can give you a fine example of a petition. Let me grab a piece of paper. All right, here's the petition. We have 1,000 names on here. Please, don't do this, whatever the cause is, whatever the issue is. Please don't put toxins in our drinking water. Okay? Senator, please make this happen. Here you go, Mr. Senator. This is a petition. The people want you to kind of make sure we don't get poison toxins in our drinking water. Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice day. That's your petition. They ain't reading that shit. Very few people actually read that shit. The protest is a little bit better because now you're standing where they have to see you, but they can still kind of do this. They can still ignore you. You got to go home eventually. You're going to get hungry. It's going to rain. It's going to get cold. You know, the whole standoff thing only works for so long. Elections work if you can get somebody in office who's going to actually do what they promised to do and not be two-faced, sell out. So, anyways, now that it is almost 1 o'clock, I've done my political rant for the day. Maybe we could play a little Final Fantasy Tactics. That's what you came here for anyways, right? Not to hear me bitch and complain about life and struggles. Although I'm sure you get it. Not just me that's going through it, it's y'all as well. If you are under stress, sad, depressed about how things are going in your life, one thing that helps me is to find something to make you feel better. Something positive, something constructive, something to elevate you, something to help you relax. Okay? Maybe it's watching somebody play video game, chatting with you. Okay? Maybe it's going for a walk. That's one thing I do. I like to go for a walk. It's good exercise. Hopefully you get some fresh air depending on, you know, where you're at. And it gives you a chance to clear your thoughts. Focus on the birds singing. If you're lucky enough to see some kids playing in their yard, which doesn't happen as often. I've seen a few around here. And there's flowers. We're heading for spring, so the spring flowers are coming. Look at the flowers. Work in your garden. Try to find a distraction to help you get through the day. Listen to some music. Music is very relaxing. I listen to it all the time. It helps me get through stress and whatnot as well. And speaking of music, if you enjoyed the music that I have been playing here on streams lately, I have created it using AI. I know I will complain about AI from time to time. I think it can be used as a tool, but I don't think it should be relied on 100%. I don't think it should have any kind of control over people, or it should not be the overlord kind of thing. So I've had tons of ideas for music. I don't really have any musical talent. I mean, if you can hear my voice, you know, maybe with practice I could sing country, but I don't know about any other things. I'm not great at any kind of musical instrument, and I don't really have the time to learn or practice with 3 munchkins. And I'm already in my 40s, so I don't know how much I can learn within that time. And anyways, so AI has given me a tool to turn ideas and stuff into songs. And I got several different styles. I'm kind of slow on getting them updated. So the band, there's a link in the description on YouTube. I probably should add one somewhere to Twitch. I'll have to check into that. Not sure if I did or not. I may. But anyways, I have an AI band called the Storm Raiders. Yes, it was named after y'all, because if y'all follow the channel, you're technically part of the Storm Raiders. That's the name of my gaming community, which was based off of 80s rock music anyways. So I kind of got to create a 80s rock band kind of thing, although they do I do have different genres of music. But if you enjoyed the music, click on the link, follow the Storm Raiders band channel. Right now there's just one album and a handful of songs. I need to start mass uploading stuff, but part of it is I have the song and I gotta make it a video to upload it on YouTube. So make sure you check that out. I will be working on getting more songs in different styles. Right now it's kind of like an 80s rock music album called Severe Weather, and so all the rock songs are kind of based around weather themes. Okay, I figured that would be great as a first album for the Storm Raiders, but I have other songs that are not weather related, including some Final Fantasy Tactics theme songs, which you did hear earlier. I've also recently created some music that was inspired by Fallout, and if we can get to a point where I can stream Fallout, which has been very difficult, we might have to go back to remote play and hardly any mods kind of thing. We will play some of that Fallout music. So yes, keep checking into that page as more music comes. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope it helps relieve some of your stress and helps you relax. Alright, so we defeated the Cardinal, who turned into a demon. Found out that the princess is no longer there. She's been taken to another castle. Basically, Delita transported her to Duke Galtana, and so that's kind of where she is. We are on our way to go talk to Zalbag, which is Rams's brother, to try to get more information. In the meantime, we've been doing some leveling up, but the kind of issue that we're falling into is maybe we're over leveling up, because all the random battles, the monsters are synced to your level, and the issue is certain gear is not available until later, and the gear increases your stats, including your hit points. So like, we got into a fight with 7 chocobos, and there's only 5 of us. 7 chocobos, and we kept getting our butts handed to it, because monsters don't have equipment, so their attack power is not affected by equipment like ours is. And so they would hit us twice and we would die, because that's how strong they are. Our equipment wasn't strong enough to increase our hit points in it. So we ended up just reloading the game and avoiding them altogether. So I have my usuals, which you can see are at higher level. I got people that are at a lower level. They're doing the errands. I need to get Mustadio at a higher level, but I don't want him to die permanently. We're probably not going to let anybody die permanently. The remake has a nice feature called retry, so you can just retry it or load up another game. I don't really want to lose anybody permanently. We apparently can have up to 50 companions, which I think is more than the original, so that might not be as bad, because we are going to get unique characters throughout the game that have special abilities, sort of like these two. He's got aim shot, and she's got her holy sword. Whereas Dear Ramza here, who's the main character and the hero, he gets the same thing as everybody else. He doesn't get anything specialized for him, unfortunately. Unless you want to download some mods, which I think they have one that adds Dark Knight and Onion Knight to this version, which was originally in the War of the Lions, the PSP version. Alright, so we're at this mining town. Let's see if he's got any
catch your eye.
New inventory. I'm not really seeing any new inventory.
May I come back?
And we can't do any errands until the others come back. So let's move on to the Salia. Gonna meet with Zalbag.
Sit, won't you? You surprise me, Ramza. I did not think to see you here in Lazalia. Alma's been worried sick. She'd be delighted to see you.
Zalbag,
What is it? You've a grim look about you.
Can you not end this fighting?
Came all this way to say that.
What purpose can it serve? We Bales have ever fought to defend the people, not simply the crown. And now we fight for no more than our own glory.
As ever, you see only what lies on the surface. Do not speak of that which you do not understand.
It is you who does not understand, brother. This war has been plotted to some unseen purpose. Dukes Larg and Goltana are only puppets in some shadow play.
A shadow play. Pray, tell how it ends.
I do not know. But consider the abduction of Princess Ivalice from Orban Monastery. It was staged. A ruse to prevent Duke Goltana from becoming regent.
Staged.
I was there, Zalbarg, and I know all that followed. Princess Ivalice was ultimately to be slain, but someone intervened. She lives, and is now in Goltana's care. Had the assassination succeeded, the crown would surely have named Duke Goltana a traitor, and rallied its banners against him.
And who would go to such lengths?
The one responsible is our Lord Brother, Dystark.
Do you stand here accusing our brother of having some hand in this business with the princess?
Yep.
So you knew naught of this? Even so, you must know what Dystark is capable of.
Enough! Who have you become that you do not trust your own brother, your own flesh and blood?
Zalbarg, you speak of trust, yet am I not your brother too? Why will you not trust me?
Because he's a half-brother.
What have you ever done to inspire my trust? The mistake was my own. Until today, I'd looked on you as a true brother. But your mother's common blood forever stains you common. You're not fit to bear the Bale's name. Begone from my sight!
You cannot mean that.
Forgive me, Lord Commander, but I have urgent news. The Thunder God has broken through our lines to get a pass.
To strike so swiftly from Bessalad? His title's well earned indeed. Summon the War Council. All of them!
My lord.
Two errands available. Alright, so one thing about the Thunder God, they haven't said his full name in this version. They called him Thunder God and they called him Orlando. But in the original, his main name was Orlando, but they called him Thunder God Sid. So he was the Sid of Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't know, do they have anything?
A deeper understanding may lead to fresh discoveries.
There he is. So, the Dolphus, I guess for long, for full name, and Sid for short. Shame they won't play text, read it to you. Often called Thunder God, Count Orlando is commander of the Order of the Southern Sky and holds land in Zeltania. He went undefeated in the 50-Year War, fighting alongside Barbaneth and Zalbag Beowulf and their Northern Order, and was greatly feared by the Ordalians. He has long served as retainer to Duke Goltana, having fought together for some 20 years, and it is due to House Orlando's support that the Duke can wage war. However, Count Orlando is critical of the recent behavior of both Duke Largs and Goltana. Unfortunately, Goltana is willing to throw that 20 years away, all out of ego and greed and all that. So even this doesn't call him Sid, but he's Sid.
Till next time.
Let's do a save. That way, if something happens, we don't have to worry about going through all that dialogue again. I doubt that they have
Looking
any
for order by all means.
new equipment here, but we'll look. At some point, we might have to try to figure out what's the best accessories to use.
May I help with aught else? Don't be a warm welcome. You're interested then? Will that be all? Thanks.
We might have to like focus on doing some errands. When are they supposed to be back? 9 days. Castle Posse. The fight. Oh, I remember this part. This is what happens when you find out the truth and what they do. Oh, it's...
My turn, is it? As you wish. I'm ready.
It's time.
Ramza, wait!
I'm sorry, Alma.
Did you think to leave without so much as a word?
I've never been good at goodbyes.
You won't be coming back, will you?
Delita lives, Alma.
What? But how?
I expect you have heard of Princess Ivalice's abduction from Auburn. In truth, it was no kidnapping, but a rescue. One which Delita carried out for the faction with which he has aligned himself.
What? I'm not sure I understand. The princess was taken to Duke Goltana. Does this mean Delita works for him?
At first, I thought as much. That Delita had sided with the Black Lion to spite us. But I was wrong. I fear he may have fallen in with people far more dangerous still. 'Twas they who thwarted the plot to assassinate Princess Ivalice, thus allowing Duke Goltana to keep his honor intact.
And as a result, war has broken out between him and Duke Larg. Is it true, Ramza? Was it Dicedog who plotted Princess Ivalice's abduction?
So you've heard. It is true, I fear. I am sure he had his reasons, but I cannot see them for the bloodshed.
Ramza, if Delita lives, then might Tetra.
She did not share her brother's luck. Listen to me, Alma. I know not who guides Delita's actions, only that they are to be feared, and I know not what evil lies at the end of this plot.
Evil. And Delita serves these people.
Perhaps serve is not the right word. Though he aligns himself with them, he appears to have his own reasons for doing so.
You mean to fight them, don't you? I want to fight too. I'm coming with you.
Are you mad? That's out of the question.
I want to help you prove the truth of your words.
No, not like this.
Please, Ramza. I don't want anyone else to meet the same fate as Tetra.
Alma, please.
Ramza Beov, if I am not mistaken.
Nobody's talked about the Cardinal turning into a demon and death.
Ah, but I have you at a disadvantage. I am Confessor Zalmor Lucianada of the Holy Office of Inquisition. I come to bring you before the office on charges of the murder of Cardinal Delacroix and suspicion of heresy. Should you wish to preserve your house's good name, you will come with us. But should you resist, you admit your guilt and will be executed as a heretic.
A confessor? Here?
You must run, Ramza! Quickly!
Then your choice is made. In the name of the Father, put this heretic to the sword.
Let's have a look here. Alright, what does Zalmor has? He has a muscle pole. He's a celebrant. Priest magics. Can also break things. Jitsugi. And very important. Diamond helm would be good to have. Diamond armor and helm would be good to have, so we need to rob the knights.
No holding back.
Justice will be served.
We don't really need the Jujitsu geese because we've already gotten some. So we can go ahead and kill the monks. That'd be
Onward.
Fortunately, kind of stuck here.
Here I go!
Door is blocked.
Leave it to me.
Am I getting stronger?
I must concentrate. I'm depending on you.
Yeah, come on up, because I need to rob you.
My turn, is it?
Oh, he's got geomancy. Otherwise.
power thrumming in skies above, as refulgent blade now strike! Hallowed bolt! Take this!
You have my measure. Leave this to me.
Alright, who's this? This is Roundel? Is that how you say his name? Roundel? He's got the diamond armor though. What? They're not allowing me to do it, guys. We can weaken them a little bit.
I must heal.
Come on. It's over!
No, not like this.
I will not run.
Just need you to stay out of the way.
Where am I needed?
Doesn't work.
Right.
Alright, this is Bruce. Bruce has the diamond helmet. The rest of that care about him. Just these two.
Things are looking dire.
I must concentrate.
That's the one I don't really care about.
Justice will be served.
Watch, his arise will not miss.
No escape!
Keep going. Where to begin?
Can't reach.
We won't lose.
It's now or never.
Damn. That's the problem with jumping this. You do need to kill him. He's got that ability.
go.
Down with you! Bloody hell!
Come then. Have at you!
I stopped him in his tracks. Alright, diamond armor. Now the helmet.
Spirits over life presiding, impart your vigor to this fading soul. Arise! Rise once more!
See? I tell you. Computer cheats. I try to use it. Got a 1% chance of it working.
I can still stand.
You alright?
Still a long way to go.
Justice will be served.
Right then.
So close.
Right back at you.
Yay!
I need healing.
I'll give him some job points.
I have you now!
I am disgraced.
I must grow strong.
I will fight.
Let's see, can we steal from here? Hopefully. We need his helmet. I can have it.
Right.
We tried.
By heaven's will upon heart etched, let minds impure be cleansed. Divine ruination! The journey is never ending.
Well, his cure spell was all for naught. Well, can't reach.
Here I go. Coming through.
Ah.
Come on. I must do all I can.
I'm ready.
Got you now!
Missed me.
I won't let you down.
Hard work's paid off.
Gotcha. And now he can die. Don't need anything else because we just need his hand. No, don't have enough.
I will fight.
Got something for you.
Return to life!
I'll do my
Hey.
best.
100% will always revive.
No mercy.
You're finished!
Justice will be served.
I'm ready.
It's not over yet.
My turn.
Oh, almost killed her.
Are you alright?
I feel better now.
Enough! No, not like this.
I will not run.
Don't go
My
dying on
thanks.
me.
Come on.
Rise once more!
Leave this to me.
And now we're gonna revive him.
Justice will be served.
Maybe he'll revive him.
I will fight.
My turn. Here!
He didn't know. So at the moment, it's just him.
What's the plan?
I must concentrate.
First, let's go here. Whirlwind. I can't.
Return to life!
I must heal.
I'm up against it.
Wants to die again.
Like it.
Heaven's calling me.
Where to begin?
Onward.
You learned both of them. I think you had to pick one in the original.
Justice will be served.
I will not run.
Come on. Stay sharp.
Doesn't look good.
Computer must not want me to rob him because he could have attacked how many different people? Of course, I have to wait a whole other turn.
Rise once more!
Back into the fray!
By the
Here I
grace of the
go.
Father.
Well, I won't know if there was an ability available.
Not bad at all. I shall give my all.
Things look bleak.
Come then.
I'm up against it.
And he killed himself. I'm surprised he didn't use counter. That would figure.
Dead meat. So much left undone.
I must concentrate. Every bit helps.
God help me. Be at ease, my child.
Right.
Come on. You can do it.
Gotcha.
I must concentrate. Down with you!
Heaven's calling me.
Come then. Sullied soon the heart of man. Great or small, his time must end. Cleansing strike!
How can this be?
Know you not what you do, Ramsar Beowulf? Your violence against us is as violence against the gods. But it is not too late. Repent of your sins. Repent and be spared.
You accuse me of heresy, but why? What have I done?
You slew Cardinal Delacroix to gain the Auracite he held and offer it to whatever hellspawn you profane to call a god. If that is not heresy, then pray tell what is.
You could not be more wrong. The legends of your holy Auracite are lies. The stones contain the power of evil. Cardinal Delacroix knew this. Knew about the power within the stone he held. And he unleashed it, and was transformed into one of the Lucavi.
Is it not enough that you murdered Cardinal Delacroix? Must you now slander his name as well? More's the pity. You will only see the name Beowulf washed away in tears. Heretics who profane the gods must still face their justice. You will yet meet yours!
Excess items, those acquired have.
It seems we're all right. Both of us.
Thankfully. But please, no more needless risks. None of this makes sense. How could the Office of Inquisition have learned of the Aurosite? Could the Church of Glabados be the one supporting Delita? What do they hope to gain?
Ramza, you mentioned Aurosite. Have you truly seen the stones from the fables? If Aurosite is real, then I think I may have seen it once too.
What? Where?
First, you have to promise that you'll take me with you.
You persist in this. Do you think I would risk putting you in such peril again? I will not take you with me.
Then I have nothing more to say.
Do not act the child. Your very life is in danger.
I should think it is. I've acted against the Office of Inquisition. Surely I too am a heretic in their eyes. They will come for me as they do you. And when they do you think Dicedog will protect me? He would never do anything that might endanger House Beowulf.
No, I'm sure our dear brother would not. But you cannot come with me. The danger is too great. You must explain everything to Zalbarg, and bid him beg the forgiveness of the Church. For you, at least, it is not too late.
The one I saw, it was in Aubon. A crystal, engraved with the mark of the Virgin Maid.
Virgo. I must reach it before they do. Thank you, Alma. Now go to Zalbarg and do as I have said.
And just how do you think to enter the monastery? You're a heretic, remember?
True. I would not be welcome in the church's halls.
So you need me after all?
Fine, but only until we reach Aubon. When it is done, you will return to Zalbarg.
I promise.
I will hold you to it.
Let's be on our way.
At level 4. New stock available. Right, first
Right.
let's level up here. He's mastered, so he can't learn anything new there. Probably should change his profession to something else. Well, I don't know what other job I would want him to be.
In what do I believe?
So the circlet is better than the diamond one.
I swear, it's all... Eh? You require something? Yes, Ramza?
Can't make her learn anything else. At least no other jobs. You can get her equipped an axe. Do that.
Looking for aught in particular, by all means.
Two daggers. Sword. Your axe. Here. Shield.
May I help? Good choice.
I'm an armor.
This is your grand's most act.
Come back to you. Skip over the ones we're not actively using.
May I help? Who needs outfitting? This is your many thank. This is your. You won't be. This is your most.
Can't do them, they're on mission.
May I help with or catch your eye? Are you happy? Any?
I'm
May
almost
I
out of
be
money.
come back?
So that's the next place we gotta go to.
Welcome, by all means.
Iron fans new. To Million Road. Road died with pigments strapped to brain to the dove and equipped grants immunity to instant KO. Boots with snug fit that greatly increase the word's mobility. That can definitely replace these.
Will that be all? I await.
Alright, we need to make some money here. We've already saved. Let's... Dahlia Plain. One of the very first places you fight. Alright, we have monsters, so we gotta be careful that we're strong. Nothing worth stealing, so we don't really need our archer to steal. So we might put some different people in.
Understood.
I'm not really leveling him up, to be honest.
I am committed.
As you wish. Ready when you are.
My turn, is it?
My turn, is it?
Still leveling her up.
At the ready.
Well, we won't put Ramsey in this time.
Where to begin?
What's the plan? Got something for you?
Missed! How do you miss?
Right then.
Take this!
Leave this to me.
Easy target. You can do it!
On down.
Enough! Newfound strength.
Here I go.
What's the plan?
Getting stronger. Not bad at all.
Leave this to me.
Ah, we're off.
Come then. This fleeting life, fall!
You had this coming!
Easy target. What's the plan?
Must not have been.
I'm just getting started.
Coming through!
Where am I needed? Storms brewing.
No mercy! Too slow.
Right then.
I want to keep it going a little bit longer. Ah, yes. I'm blind.
What's the plan?
Well, that threw off the spell, didn't it?
right.
Ouch.
What to do? Practice makes perfect.
Oops, I didn't even do. Wrong button.
Yes?
Oh, maybe we should just make him another job just to level something up.
Let's try this.
Me?
Of course.
Looking for aught in particular? You're in safe hands with me. May I help with aught catch your eye?
Well, he needed an Aegis shield.
May I be of good choice?
My flame shield, if not Aegis. Right, decorated with jewels, shield provides excellent protection against magic. What was them breastplate? Oh my god, hence both the wearer's arcane prowess resistant. Equip raises magic and attack power. But it lowers the defense compared to the frame.
May I help with aught after aught in particular? Are you thank you? Are you happy? Thank you very much. Will that buy a wait?
Yes?
Many days
A
left.
warm welcome to you. That's the spirit. Anything else? Thanks.
Say. One more day. Let's. Do a battle here. This doesn't look very flat to me. Two. Just two, huh?
Of course. We will triumph.
Very well.
My turn, is it? All right.
No turning back. I must concentrate.
Ouch.
Come then.
Storm's brewing.
My turn. No turning back.
Come on!
Oh, she has to move. Then she's not gonna get the haste.
You can do it!
Oh, she'll get the haste, the other one won't.
Enough! For my lady.
Leave it to me. Come on.
Go on, don't be shy! Hard work's paid off.
Right.
Sullied soon the heart of man. Great or small, his time must end. Cleansing strike!
I
Very
don't
well.
think too much should have went up. We'll level up what little we have here.
Preparations?
Welcome. Make us want to earn some gil. An errand's been right then. Tell
Glad tidings. The task was completed with great success, the like of which we had no reason to expect.
We helped Memco, how you say that, traveling minstrel who had triumphed in an oration contest some years ago. His unique act had long been a favorite of local audiences, but of late he had fallen into a deep slump. We drank together in the tavern until the early hours, discussing countless ideas. When and off the cuff, suggestion of a new hairstyle seemed to spark his imagination. He began an impromptu performance right there and then. It seemed to us that he was back to his old self and we retired for some well-deserved sleep.
I, for one, learned a great deal over the course of the endeavor. Here's to personal growth.
I'd consider that a job well done. Anything else I can... Thanks.
There's new errand.
Welcome. Mike, you're interested then?
Again? That's for dancers.
Need anything else? Come back
We don't have
soon.
any dancers yet.
Greetings. Who needs outfitting? This is your grand total. You won't be disappointed.
Wow, that costs a lot of money.
May I come back?
Just for an axe.
A warm welcome. That's the spirit.
We don't have enough money for that one.
Need any... Thanks. A warm welcome to you. You're interested then? Who you sending?
I'll tell you what, let's give Lad a break. Let's send Cyrus and these two.
How many days will you allow for this work? Anyone you send on an errand... Very well. Will that be all? Thank you and...
Alright guys, that's all the time I have left for today, but thank you for coming and watching. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit those follow buttons. Usually live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I will be back on Friday. There will be no stream tomorrow. We will continue this later. I hope you have a great day. We'll see you next time.
Boots on stone, map in hand, rust on my shield, dirt on my plans, lantern low, I still burn. Every doorway, another turn. They call me coward back where I'm from, but here I'm calm in ancient tongues. A different banner above my flame. The world is bending around my name. I'm the holy avenger, blade raised high in the dark. Hey! Every wound, every shiver, just more proof of the mark. In this fantasy world, I'm the one who remains. Out here I'm legend, back home I'm just that kid who plays under another name. Cracks in sky, nether smoke, teeth and talons claw through the oak. I hear quest in every cry, saving strangers who'll never know why. Health runs low, but I still stand, glowing sigils across my hands. A final warning, a flaming gate. I walk forward, I choose my fate. I'm the holy avenger, blade raised high in the dark. Oh yeah. Every wound, every shiver, just more proof.